Well, greetings and salutations, Series 7 test takers. This is the Series 7 guru coming to you from my studio here in fabulous Las Vegas with another explication request. This is two questions, actually. RTFQ, read the full question. RTFA, read the full answer set. I'm guilty of this myself. I just did a question today, and I thought D said all of the above and said none of the above. And then choice C was 1, 2, 3, 4, and I answered D instead of C. So, you just got to be careful on what you're looking at. So basically, this test taker is looking at a Kaplan question that he thinks is identical or similar to a test key question. And they're not the same questions. They are different questions. So what I'm illustrating in this explication is the difference in these questions. The best free supplement to your paid study materials is my YouTube channel. But if you're interested in paid supplement, I think the best combination would be Test Geek with my Guru 20 discount code. You can bring that in, the entire video set, PDF, everything for about $80. And with the Kaplan Guru 10 discount code at checkout, you can bring in a Kaplan Q Bank at about 60. Really good value. Anyways, for that commercial, Kaplan allows me to give you a free look on Kaplan questions. So this is Kaplan QID 1424099. A lot of ways to do options. I like to use a T. And I like to track money in and out. So that's what I'm going to do. You need some kind of a process, whatever your process is. So I'm going to get that fired up. Let me put it over where we have some more room to work. Put it up here a little higher. So I like to do, well, that's a little too high, because I need to actually be able to put that. So I like to use dollars out, dollars in. Some people like to use debit, credit, whatever floats your boat, basically. Some people like to use pluses and minuses. I like to use dollars out versus dollars in. And so, boom, let's get that there. And let's put dollars in. Now, this is an index option. There's a couple things you should know about index options. The contract and the exercise are both T+1. The second thing you should know is that they settle up for intrinsic value, cash. Remember, in equity options, if you're short a call, you got to deliver the stock. If you're short a put, you got to deliver the cash equal to the aggregate exercise price. But here, there's no delivery. Nobody would play with you. If I short this thing and I have to deliver 100 shares of 100 stock, nobody would play. So we agree, I, the seller, just settle up with whatever the intrinsic value is. So a couple of pivot words here. It says a customer is short, so let's get that set up. So that means the customer is doing an opening sale. You should definitely know that opening sales are used to establish or add to a short position. So I'm going to put 7 points. I personally like to do a point per share. So I'm not going to put 700 in there. That's just me. I'm going to put 7 there. It says the customer is assigned an exercise notice. So now what we got to know is that, again, I just said this, we settle up in cash equal to the aggregate or to the intrinsic value. So boom, what I owe the person who's long is the intrinsic value. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the market price, and I like to put it either above or below my strike price to make the analysis. And so it tells me it's at 944. So I'm going to put 944 here. And let's put that in blue. And let's get a bigger font. Boom. And now what I need to know is that I'm going to give the person, I owe this person 9 points there. Now, by the way, here, if you look at this, a couple key frames, we closing it here. Now, when we go to look at Brian's question, it doesn't ask you about netting or anything. It just says, what are you going to receive? Here it says the customer realizes. So closes and realizes. Realizes means, what is the net difference between these two? And so the net difference here is the difference between 7 and 9. So we have a 2-point loss, or $200. They won't give you both the choice of, 2 points or $200. So the answer here is the customer realizes a 2-point or $200 loss. Okay, so now let's look at Brian's question and see how that question is a little different. So let's see, get rid of that. Get rid of that. And now let's look at the Brian question. So where is the Brian question? Looks like I lost the Brian question here. All right, so I'll be right back with the version of the Brian question. Let's see if it's still floating around here somewhere. No. Okay, so I'll be right back. I'll explicate Brian's question, and just know these go back to back in terms of videos. Be right back. Remember, inch by inch, Series 7 is a cinch. Yard by yard, Series 7 is hard, and I shall return shortly.